Welcome back to my channel. I am your favorite birthday girl, Bougie Vintage, and today's video is a story time. So pretty much by the title of this story, you know what this video is about. After 10 years of being with my husband, soon to be ex-husband, after 10 years of being in that relationship, I am officially single as a freaking Pringle. And oh my gosh, like, oh my freaking gosh. So for starters, you're probably wondering like what happened. Well, we're gonna get into that, but we need a lot of time, and so I will be doing a breakdown of what happened, why, and kind of teaching you guys what I've learned in therapy about my emotionally abusive relationship with my ex-husband. So stay tuned for that. It will be coming soon. We're going to go over power dynamics, and we're going to go over just a lot of what it's like to deal with a narcissist. And child, it's a lot, but I think it's an important thing that we have to discuss. So we're going to be doing that. So this was my birthday present to myself for this year. Now, this did not happen overnight. It did not break down overnight, but I knew more than 6 months ago that I was not going to go into my 30s, because today's dirty 30. What? 30, flirty, and what? Thriving. I knew that I was never going to go into my 30s accepting the things that I was accepting in my 20s. I made that clear. And it was a non-negotiable for me. And so now that's why I say this was my birthday present to myself, because it was a situation that I needed to get out of. I prayed myself out of the situation, literally praying to God, like, to be freed. Free me, Lord. Free me, Jesus. Okay, like, literally prayed myself out of the situation. And I cannot detail everything in this video. Obviously, this is my birthday and that's all I care about today, so that's what I'm focused on. But after 10 years with my ex, I am officially free, and I can talk about it. I am literally free now, like, so I can like talk about what I've gone through and my experiences and what you guys didn't know. I'm open to talking about it now because I'm in the healing process and I'm in therapy, and therapy has given me so many tools to navigate the breakdown of the marriage, the breakdown of the relationship, the breakdown of the last decade. I'm excited to share with you guys. I know you guys like tomfoolery, but I'm coming from a place of education where this is concerned and sharing what I didn't know, because only once I started therapy did I really start understanding what my relationship really was. And how I survived it so long, I don't freaking know. But a lot of the times, if you're not getting busted over your head, you don't even realize you're in an abusive relationship. So we're going to talk about that kind of stuff. I'm free. I am free as a bird, okay? And this is an ongoing situation, and obviously there are children involved, so it's sticky. I took disrespect and emotional abuse, gaslighting, the stuff the narcissists do. I took a lot of that for a long time, and no matter how I tried to figure it out, it was not. I was like going around in a circle. So I knew that I just needed out. And so now I'm here. I feel really happy about my decision, really good about it, and not looking back, okay? See, I should have left 2 years ago, but I wasn't in the right headspace. And so it dragged out for another 2 years because I had given my ex an opportunity to leave the relationship many times before, you know, like long before the cheating scandal. I had given him opportunity to leave the marriage, to leave the situation, and it would have been at that point like amicable, but he chose not to, and led me to believe that he was going to be willing to do the necessary things to get us back on track, but that obviously didn't happen. So It was like I didn't even have to think about it. It was just like something I knew that needed to be done, because at the end of the day, I have to set an example for my kids, right? Like I have to be like showing my kids what is acceptable in terms of how you're treated by a man, and I couldn't do that in my situation. So that was my birthday present to myself from God. And I wouldn't have it any other way. So happy birthday to me. I'm free. And, this is not to bash him. This is not to, he has his own issues and demons that he's dealing with, and he can do that on his own time. I'm not sending hate to him. I do not encourage you guys to go and bother him. Please don't. Like, we are dealing with a real situation here. There's a real divorce. There's real children involved. So yes, I am publicly saying like I'm single and I was in an abusive relationship, not physical, almost physical, but not physical. Because I am sharing that, I'm only sharing it because you might be too, and I know that I'm a voice for the voiceless a lot of the time. So I didn't have a voice. Now I do. And we're gonna break this whole thing down in multiple parts. So I haven't worked it out in my head yet. I'll give you guys the first part of the story, and then we might do a members only thing. I'm not 100% sure yet. So we'll see about it. But I think that this is really important to talk about. It's really important to be open and be vulnerable and be truthful. And especially because I was in denial for a long time about my situation. That is something that I am going to be open with you guys about. And I can finally bring Botox back because I've lived through something traumatic, per se. And one of the reasons I stopped doing Botox was because people were asking me advice, but I knew inside what I was dealing with in my own situation, and I didn't feel like I could give the advice anymore because it's almost like I wasn't taking my own advice. Like people would send stories in, and I'm seeing similarities in my personal situation, but because of the type of person that I am, I can definitely be confrontational. Like I don't let things slide, and a narcissist doesn't like that, because if you are constantly trying to hold them accountable and they lack accountability, you're gonna end up in problems. So when I'm reading people's Botox and I'm seeing similarities in in their stories or in how they're treated, and I know how I'm being treated, I was like, I can't do this anymore, because it almost feels like a lie. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know how to explain it, but at the same time, I was in denial that I was even in an emotionally abusive relationship. Like, you couldn't tell me that. Like, I was like, what? Who? Abuse who? Like, that was just not how I saw my relationship. But therapy started to beat me over the head. Like, girl, get up. Like, what are you doing? Therapy really just opened my eyes and opened my heart and opened my awareness to showing me what was going on and what is going on, and how to set certain boundaries and not let them get crossed. The last thing I'm going to say about this is that I saw Iyanla Vanzant say something the other day, or it was like a clip that was circulating online, and it resonated with me, and so I'm going to share it with you guys, not verbatim, but the gist, because it may do the same for you. But she said she left a marriage of 14 years, and she said that you can't really tell somebody how to love you or show them how to love you. They're gonna love you how they want to love you, and you get to decide if you're gonna participate or not. And that is where, like, it really just struck a chord with me. I actually just told my therapist that today. I had a meeting today, and I told her that how much it impacted me, because that's pretty much what this boils down to. If you know your worth and you know that you've adjusted the bar, per se, to be with somebody, and you've adjusted it on multiple occasions, at some point or another, the bar is just going to disappear. And the bar was in hell, okay? The bar was absolutely in hell. And like, I have no shame about this. Like, I have no shame. I am not embarrassed. I am not, like, some people go through divorce and stuff and they're embarrassed about it. I'm not. There's nothing to be embarrassed about. It is what it is. Like, you want to give your kids what you didn't have. So obviously that was my thing, my whole MO. Like, I always wanted to give my kids, if I ever had any, what I didn't have as a child. And I thought I was with somebody that was on the same page as me. And so really, that's the part that kind of hurts the most. But other than that, like, there's nothing embarrassing about this. Like, this is probably the best thing that's ever happened to me. I'm not gonna lie. This is definitely the best thing that's ever happened to me, and I'm just so looking forward to like this next decade, like from 30 to 40, what life is gonna throw at me. I'm ready to just embrace it. But yeah, please do not waste your time sending hate. Do not send hate to my ex. It's really unnecessary, and it's not gonna do anything to help me at all. So I kindly ask you to leave him alone, and God bless him. You know, it is what it is. We don't really have contact, so if I'm not talking to him, if we're not speaking, y'all don't need to talk to him either. Like, it is what it is. And I get it, you guys want to like ride for me because you guys feel like, you know, but there's no point to it. We're gonna let him live his best life, and I'm gonna live mine, girl. Okay, so yeah, that's pretty much it for this video. That was my birthday present to myself. I don't think there's a better present I can get myself other than a new iPhone, which I will be buying like today. I gotta go get myself a new phone because my phone storage is full, and like that's when I know I need to get a new phone. And also, I haven't purchased a new phone in like 4 years. I think I've had my phone for like 4 years, or maybe since 2019. So it's time for a new phone. So I'm gonna treat myself, get myself a new phone, and yeah, be posting that the first story time soon. So just keep an eye out for that. Keep your notifications on, and yeah. I love you all so, so much. Thank you for all the birthday wishes. TikTok was a mood today. And I will definitely see you in